watch it later. So welcome everyone to our next e-commerce clinic. Some of you are already very familiar with this event on ecomconnect.org. But for those of you who are not, very briefly, this is a very interactive session where we give some tips on optimization of online channels, and we go live and check different channels. Here, I would like you to be as active as possible so that you also share your ideas, suggestions, comments, and also if you want us, like the whole team here, to go and analyze your online presence, please write in the chat your website or social media channel or marketplace store, and then we can go through it later. I have some examples from some of you who have registered to the event, but we can always be flexible and change. First, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. So I'm going to launch a poll here. Who from the audience has a website for your business? I want to have a sense of what you have and you don't have. Okay, many of you have. Hi, Carlito. Good to see you. Okay, so so that you see it. So 3/4 of you have a website. This is great. I would love you to put it in the chat if you can, please, with a brief description of your business. That would be awesome. I mean, just if it's a product, service related, what you sell. And 1/4 from you don't have what you're planning to create one. This is great because the session today is going to focus on website optimization. So even if you don't have a website yet, it's good that you follow the tips when you create one and you use them as a checklist to create a complete website. And now let me launch another poll here. Who from you has experience optimizing your own website? Do you have experience? You don't, but you hire someone. You don't at all. You don't because you don't have a website. Or for you, it's like the first time you hear this and it's a bit strange, the word optimization. Okay, very varied responses. I'll show you now in a second when you finish. Okay, so for you to see the results, we have 5 from you have experience optimizing a website. That's great because I'm sure you will be very given very useful tips here today. You don't, but you hire someone else. That makes total sense. As a business owner, you can't be in charge of everything, and this takes a lot of work and time. You don't have experience. 6 of you don't have experience. And you don't because you don't have a website yet. That makes total sense. Okay, good. So, well, I hope at least you learned a couple of tips from today's session and you can apply that in your website. When you go and optimize a website, you have to take into account many different factors. Normally, we talk here, we refer to Google because it's the most used browser still. So let me just accept some people. So we have to be like always understanding what the algorithm that Google has, so that everything we do about optimization is linked to that algorithm, because that will help our website have a better presence. But the question here is, how do you ensure that your website is optimized to rank higher in Google? And there are many different tips that you can apply, but I'm going to select just 3 of them. One would be to find the long-term keywords, another one to create epic content, and another one to use these keywords and this content for the user, taking into account the user, not only the algorithm, but also the user. And that's always linked, because nowadays you have to create content that the user understands, and the algorithm gives you points, let's say, when you create that kind of content that's directed to the user to make your content appear, be understood more easily by the user. Okay, so these are very generic tips, but very clear that I would like you to take away. Find long-term keywords, and now we'll put some keyword search tools in the chat. Create epic content. By that, we mean creating content that is of interest to your audience. And we had a look at this in the previous e-commerce clinic when we were discussing about social media, about what content to create. There were a few tools shared there. One was Answer the Public, which gives you an idea of what people are looking for now in the internet. And it suggests, the most ideas based on the most researched queries here. And then again, just I'm repeating myself, but it's very important that when you create this content and when you select the long-term keywords, you always keep in mind your end user, the client that you're addressing. I want to say in the chat, okay, great, you're sharing this. This is amazing, because I think we can start with one of your websites, but if not, we will go with 3 that I selected before for this exercise. But before we do that, I just want to give you a few tips, and based on this, we will all together analyze the websites that you put in the chat, okay? So very straightforward. When you have a landing page, when you create it, we need to understand very quickly what the goal of this page is, what you are selling, okay? Normally people click on the link, you go to a website, you see the banner, you read it. If it doesn't interest you, you leave. So it has to be very visually attractive and very clear, the messaging. Then the site needs to be clearly structured. You need to have a consistent and clear structure so that you don't lose the attention of the visitor. Here, when we talk about the banner, we have to include a headline that shows your value proposition, and even a call to action. So for instance, we'll see later in a few examples that this company, here, for example, solar energy, we see that here in this banner, they have that their environmental, well, first it's clear what they sell, right? Solar energy. Then it's environmental friendly, cost effective, unlimited source, and reduces electricity bills. So very, very easily, it's stating the benefits of this company. Here we have Avialight, which is another company from a member of Ecom Connect. And they talk about think in a new light. So you get a sense of what they are selling, but still it's not that clear. And that's why they use a subheading here to be more specific about what they do. So it's lighting that has to be with the aviation sector. These are good examples of banner. And here the same, this is a company from Indonesia that's selling batik, and which is this local national clothing. And here you get a sense of what they do. Traditional, timeless, intricate, uniquely hand-drawn details, perfect for everyday wear, okay? This is complemented also by the visuals, which is very important. Then another very important step is to develop a branding identity that's consistent across all the channels that you have, but also across all the pages that you have, okay? Because we want to have the best user experience possible, and and we grab the attention of the users by creating this attractive and consistent identity. And that also creates a lot of trust, and basically it makes your site more professional. Then if you can include customer reviews, and as usual, include high quality visuals. So very easy to understand tips, okay? It's a summary, but this is what you have, the minimum you have to include in your websites in terms of content. Then in the About Us page, we need to know who is behind the audience. We need to humanize the brand. So we need to add a description of what the team is, a strong message, talking about the values, the vision, the mission, and then also photos of the team if possible to, again, humanize the website. If you have partners, if you're collaborating with other companies, if you have some suppliers that you want to highlight because they resonate directly with your values, add them there. That's super important as well. And then we have the footer. In the footer, you have to include the privacy policy. And on ecomconnect.org, we have a template with this policy. The terms and conditions, same. Okay, you have to include them because that will protect also your brand from any attack, any copyright, okay, any use of your website from a third party that it's not respected. And then complete the contact information and add all the social media links. We all have social media now, so add it there. Make sure it works. You don't know how many times we've found websites whose links don't work because they are broken. Okay, great. I see that you are very active in the chat. That's really good. Yeah, you can also use this as an opportunity to network, because if you explain what your business does and someone is interested in that, then they can contact you. So great. In terms of continuing with the content side, so product pages, of course, you need to have product pages or services pages, depending on what you sell. You need to think about creating dedicated pages for your products that are easily accessible, okay, under the tab on the top. These pages should describe the key features and benefits you offer. Okay, all the characteristics, they have to be qualitative, also quantitative, descriptive, but also subjective, so that the person who really wants to buy from you or experience that service, that adventure from you. Think about adding prices if you can. It's true that in some B2B cases, for instance, you don't add the prices because you will agree on a price based on the quantity, but it's always nice to add this price information if possible. And again, include the reviews from your clients. In terms of, so we had a look a bit about the content tips, and now we'll have a look about the SEO, and then we'll go we'll go into analyzing the ones that you shared in the chat. So in terms of SEO, we have different factors that are taken into account by the browsers. Okay, one is called the meta title. And what is a meta title? It's, let's say, the title that appears on Google that describes what you do. It's the title of your website. We'll have a look now at some examples. Normally, it should not be over 70 characters. Why? Because it's the amount of characters that the browser will show. So if it's longer, it will be cut and it would just not look clear enough. Again, the meta titles should include the keywords. That's why I was saying at the beginning that having the keywords is very important, especially if they are long-term keywords. And each page should have its unique meta title. Okay, when you create a website, you'll be able to work on this on the back end and change the meta title for each of your pages. The meta description, it's the description that appears under the meta title. Here again, there's a limitation of the number of characters. We have 160 characters for the meta descriptions, and it's recommended that you use all of them because you have enough space to describe and to convince the user to click on your website. Again, the meta descriptions should include your keywords, and each page should have its own meta description. You can work on this in the backend as well. Another thing that's very important for SEO is the H1 and H2 headings. These are, again, like subtitles, heading subtitles of your pages that indicate the important topics of your page to the search engines. They are less important than meta titles and descriptions, but still they help define the topic. So the the search engines understand better what you are selling, and then they match better with the search of the potential visitor. As again here, use keywords as well. Okay, so that's why it's so important to define the keywords. Keywords taking into account what the user will explore from you. And another thing that we need to take into account, and that also gives you these points for the for appearing easier on the website, is a custom 404 error page. Okay, this is a page that's on default. It appears with white background and black font, but you can tailor it, and we can see a few examples later. Great. So let's go with some of the examples that you've shared in the chat. Let's start with the business from Ola. So Ola has a business called Casa Jewelry. We write poetry on handmade accessories and jewelry coupled with Arabic calligraphy. Wow, that's beautiful. Ola, if you are there with us, can you briefly tell us a bit more about your business?
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we do accessories that are handmade. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Qasaid is the Arabic word for poetry.
Amazing.
So we write Arabic poetry that's handwritten. All the items are handwritten first, and then someone engraves them on handmade jewelry.
Amazing. That's really nice. Yeah, thanks a lot for the description. Okay, so you have just to understand better your online presence, you have a website, you have social media channels. Great.
Yes.
And you also use WhatsApp for business, from what I see.
Yes,
right?
yes.
We delivered, well, we partnered with WhatsApp this year, and we delivered a couple of webinars already, one in English and one in Spanish, which were really, really good. And I don't know if you have the chance, if you had the chance to attend.
Yeah, I attended the first part of it.
I'm gonna just write here the copy and paste the recording, because I think it would be great if those who couldn't join the event rewatch it here. It was really good, very, very practical. It's just around 50 minutes. I'm gonna copy it in the chat. And it gives very good tips on WhatsApp for business. And if you have questions, you can always ask us, and we can share the questions with our WhatsApp for business focal point. Okay, so okay, good, Ola. So this is your website, and I would like to know from the audience, from the tips that we've seen and from your experience, what you think about this website. Let's help Ola improve it, if it has to be improved. What do you think? I'm gonna scroll down little by little so that you look for this. Nonji is saying beautiful. Yeah, I agree. Okay, what is it showing that you like? Nonji, what exactly do you like? Feel free to unmute yourself if you want. No. Simple and nice. I agree with you. It's quite clear. What would you say about, okay, Ayola? I like that men and women are categorized for easy searching. Very good. Unique. Same for top sellers. Yeah, I think the structure is clear. I like that because, well, first here we have all the different pages: home, shop, frequently asked question, press, about us, contact us. That's clear. We also have a pop-up message here saying free shipping, okay, which is good. There's a call to action on shop now. And I agree with you that everything is clear. We see from the picture what you are selling. What I would suggest is that you add a description higher, like on the banner, because when I first go into the website, I need to scroll down. It seems very simple to scroll down for 1 second, but trust me, people don't do it. So it's better if you just add the information on the banner, okay? Shadrach is saying, if you could please change the size of your browser, I would love to see how it looks, a different screen. Yeah, we can do that as well. So for instance, if we do like this, imagine I go there and I'm able to read it, yeah, but it's still a bit too long. If I change the size here, oops. For example, I zoom it, it's obviously more difficult to read. And like this, yeah, if we change the font, we see it, but still it's very small. So I would recommend you, Ola, you put it there on the banner.
Okay.
Let's read it anyways, just to see also what keywords you are using. Okay? So welcome to Kasai Jewelry, where we bring together the beauty of Arabic calligraphy, poetry, and design. Shop now and add a touch of culture and elegance to your style. So I totally get what you're doing, and that's amazing. It's clear, and you have a call to action, but I wouldn't put here the call to action because you're repeating it here. So you can save some space from this text and delete it and shop now and, okay, because you already have it here in the button. And
Yes.
I would also simplify it slightly, and so here you put we bring together the beauty of Arabic calligraphy, poetry, and design. You can put to add a touch of culture and elegance to your style. Yeah, simplify it by deleting that. Dan is saying, I felt as though the text on the first shop now button could be bigger. Yeah, agree as well. Here, this text could be bigger as well, because that's what really you want to do with the user to make the visitor buy from you. I really like, again, that the categories are clear. In this case, they are divided by gender. And you add more, you add the best-selling products, which is nice because that can also create more will to buy from you. You add the prices. We'll have a look now at the product pages, and you add all the testimonials, which is very good. Trending products, yeah, and here you have again the footer with the terms and conditions, privacy policy, return and shipping policy. Very, very good. Let's have a look at a product description just to check. What do you think about the product description? I'm just going to scroll a bit. Here we see the title, the price, description. Any comments about this?
I feel that perhaps the description could be more descriptive of okay, I see there's a description here. I was going to say materials that the product is made with, but I see that it is here.
Yeah, I agree with you that it's a bit confusing not to see it here, right? Because you see a description here, so you're like, okay, that's the description, and maybe you don't scroll down. So I would add it there, I think, as well. But what I'm missing in the description is a bit more of a, because you're selling poetry, and that's very artistic. That's very, I mean, it's literature, you know. So I think you need to show also a description that it's kind of poetic at the same time. You know, something that really convinces the user to buy from you, not just the, let's say, the objective description, but also the subjective description. You know, how the person would feel when they get a ring, in this case, that's customized with a poem, sorry, a bracelet. That would be really good to add. And more pictures, yeah. super important. Add more pictures, also to see how the product will look like on you. Okay, I don't know how big this bracelet is. I see here the size of the length, but I don't know the width, how it will look like on my bracelet. So yeah, like Marissa said, photos from different angles, or like Jeremy said, worn by a model or person. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, other than that, that's good. In terms of the title, this could be further optimized with long-term keywords. This is something you can explore. Also on Ecom Connect here, we have a few tools as well. Let me see. Yeah. If you go to the tab Learn and then you go to Tools, here you have a series of tools for keywords research. Okay, so I really encourage you to go through them. They are very similar, some of them, so pick one and start discovering it so that you get a sense of the keywords that you could use. Add colors. Yeah, if you have different colors for this side, sorry, what is it? For this bracelet, that's also that you can, something you can add. Okay, very good. And then the About Us page. So here we have a description of what Qasid means, which is the Arabic word for poems. That's really, really nice. You describe the business and what that means from you. I think what would be nice is for you to describe a bit more where you are located, how many people are behind the brand, where you work. If you also support any other initiative, if you are, for example, supporting small artisans, if you are a small artisan yourself, buying products from other smaller artisans around nearby you. Yeah, I think that's it for this website. Any other comments before we go to another website? From Jeremy. Jeremy saying some products have multiple pictures, but some only one. Should be consistent on all posted products. Yeah, agree. I know it's difficult to take good pictures of all the products, but yeah, I agree with the consistency part that we should post in a more consistent way. Very good. Okay, let's go now to another website. Let's choose the next one on the chat that you put, which is Bush and Events. It's a safari company in East Africa from Mercy. Okay. That's nice because then we can also have a look at how services websites look like. Thank you, Ola, by the way, for sharing your website. So now, based on the discussion we've had, what do you think about this website? Bush and Events. Well, the photos are amazing. I wish I was there.
I think there's a lot of rich information that you can get just by scrolling through the website. So the recommended top holidays, and then each, as you scrolled down, I noticed there was some price. So where we get here, there's a title of the place, a good image, a photo, a price.
Yeah, tag there. Yeah. Yeah, I think the photos are really, really good. And for safaris, you need to be, it's more difficult to take photos of services, obviously. So you need to have very good photos that transmit this, the experience you want to sell. I'm checking that. Traveling is my hobby. Please provide discount to us. Yeah, Mehdi, I also want those discounts. Good, but yeah, I agree. I would also like to have a tour here because it looks very appealing. But let's analyze a bit more in detail in terms of content here. And we'll also have a look at the SEO in a second. In terms of content, when landing here, we see that there's no information on the banner. Okay, we see more or less, we can imagine more or less what it is, because of course we have here the word safaris, but I'm missing a heading here, a heading that then would be put into the H1, but in the backend. Okay, the H1 heading we were discussing before. Sorry, whose business was this? Let me check.
Mine.
Mercy. Yeah. Thank you, Mercy. Can you tell us a bit more about your business? I see that you're selling, you're active in Kenya and Tanzania. No, is that the case? Can you tell us a bit more?
Oh, yes. We are a tour company. So we organize safaris in Kenya and Tanzania. So we do wildlife safaris, and we also do the beach vacations and mountaineering.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So those are mostly our main products.
And you target, well, I guess you target an international audience because of the prices in dollars as well. And how do you reach this audience normally? What's the best functioning channel for you?
For now, most of our clients are referrals, like from people who've traveled with us before. So what we are trying to do is to try and get people that are not from referrals, like from our website, from our social media channels. So that's what I'm hoping to learn how to do it.
And have you created the website, or did you hire someone to create it?
No, we hired someone to create it. Actually, it needs to be updated. Someone else created it for us.
Okay. Well, I think it's important that even if you work with an external developer, because that's necessary in many cases, because you don't have enough time to work on this, you still know what we mean by optimization, so that you can also give tips, like you can guide the person to what you do, and you understand what the person is doing, so that you can optimize it yourself later.
Yes, exactly. That's what I am hoping to learn.
Yeah, great. So first thing I would suggest is adding here a sentence, a heading, okay? That includes keywords and that is appealing for your audience. You can easily use, well, the tools that we've shared on Ecom Connect. I'm gonna share the link here. There are a few tools there for keyword research. You can also use ChatGPT. We haven't updated that on the community, but ChatGPT you can still chatgpt.org. You can use it to optimize your headings. Yeah, Nonji, your hand is raised. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. I'll put it on the chat box, but I just wanted to talk more about that. I noticed there's no LinkedIn page, and the audience she's targeting are actually on LinkedIn. Your profile, your customer profile is somebody that has been in work and wants to relax, and they have the paying muscle. So you're going to be targeting professionals that want to do getaways as well. So you may wish to also create a LinkedIn page, because that would be very useful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a good tip, especially if you're selling services. LinkedIn is a very good way of doing so. If that's the case, if your target audience, which I also imagine is people who want to relax, want to disconnect from their professional life and so on, that could be a good channel for you to have, and also to reach out to people directly. Yeah, I'm seeing about the logo. Yeah, that's something you need to fix. Probably the link is broken, or yeah, the photo is not loading in fast enough. Okay, let's go to one of the descriptions here as well. So we know how long it lasts, the gateway. We can see here a description, the cost. Okay, the cost should be here also in dollars. You are referring to it in dollars on the previous page. So be consistent. You could put it in both, or just in dollars. If really your target audience is an international one, because there will be also like currency exchange later. And you include here what the package includes and a description of it. What, if possible, what I would suggest, especially because you mentioned that you work on a word-of-mouth basis, put here reviews of your customers. That's very, very, very important. Okay, put reviews. You can also maybe put also a link to your Instagram post of this kind of trips. That will really help the audience. Chad is asking if we can add Twitter to our website. Yeah, of course, you can add all the social media links you want. Here in this case, we have Twitter as well. And if you don't have, just disable the option when you create a website. What I also like about you is that you show that all the different payment options because you have a lot, and that's great for an international audience. Sometimes the problem here is about getting paid. So this solves a big issue. And then the partners that you have, this is really good. Would like to know if you talk about the partners in the About Us page. Let's see. So if I click on About Us, oh, it doesn't work. That's something you need to fix as well. Okay, let me see here. No, it takes me to the top. So you need to create an About Us page. That's something that you don't have yet. Okay, create it, add photos of your team, who you are, what you do when the business was created. If you struggled anytime, maybe during COVID, I remember there was, we interviewed a business that was also organizing safaris and other tourism activities in South Africa, who like survived COVID because it innovated a lot. And I'm gonna look for it because it was really the recording was great. And I think for the services, but more in particular the tourism businesses, it would be really, really good to watch this interview. Let me 1 second. Yeah, Khalid, please unmute yourself while I look for the recording.
Yes, I just wanted to ask, I think this is my first Zoom that I've just joined, that you guys are doing the ITC. Previous ones I haven't been able to join. I didn't have a device to use. So I wanted to ask, I saw you send a link where one can go to the website with the tools and stuff. From there, how are we supposed to do? Am I supposed to register a new account, or how am I supposed to do it?
No, so what I'm showing right now, it's the Ecom Connect community, right? So we have some tabs with tools, but if you're a member of it, you can access it without having to register again.
Yeah, because for us, we got emails from Aman when we were doing a partnership with Aman Africa.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's amazing. So you just have to go on Ecom Connect and register. It takes a few seconds, and then you have access to all this. I'll send you the link in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And I'm also going to send a recording of an interview we did with a tourism business, especially for if you have tourism businesses. I suggest you watch it because it was great. It was from a brand called And Beyond, and they gave very good tips. How can you join Ecom Connect? So you just go on this link, ecomconnect.org, and you register. It's very easy. You will land on this page. Okay, if you're not a member yet, you click on join us, and here you complete the form, and then you have access to it. It's a very simple form. Okay. What I wanted to check also from this site, from Bush and Events, is the title and meta title. So let's see if they are optimized. So what do you think? Are they optimized? Any ideas? Maybe it looks perfect and we don't need to change anything.
Agreed.
What do you
There's
think?
an email address, a location, phone numbers. I think it's again a lot of information you can get just at one glance. And call to actions. I'm sure if you're using a phone, you can probably tap some of those phone numbers and automatically call them and email, and it appears first with no issue.
Yeah. That's a very good reminder about the mobile phones. Now everyone has a smartphone, so you are researching on the phone. So we should always keep in mind that our content needs to be optimized for for mobile phones as well. I mean, I like what I think is that here we have the information, the contact info, but what I would add here is more a description that is appealing, that makes it that convinces the user to click on the link. So I would put something more like discover the beauty of Kenya and Tanzania, or the beauty of African safaris from our, I don't know, from our tailored, customized safaris. Something, you know, that adds a bit more info to just a phone or an email address. And the same with the title. This is too long, so it's cut. What we saw is that it should have 70 characters so that it doesn't appear cut. And it's something that you can also tailor once you do the research on the keywords. Okay, so improving a bit the title and meta title, and sorry, the meta title and the meta description. And that happens to each of the pages. So here we see the main page. Here we see a sub page. Once we go to the site and we click on Tanzania safaris, okay, this is a page for Tanzania. And here is the meta title and meta description for that page. So again, you see it's different to the previous one. It should also be optimized. The same with this one. The sub page is day tours. Again, it should be optimized. Okay. Good. Well, I hope this helped. Very briefly comments, but I want to take the opportunity to analyze a last website from the ones you've shared. Let me see. So, oh, this is interesting. One from Jeremy. The website was done under Canva website. So Jeremy, can you tell us a bit more about you and your business and your experience using Canva?
Hello, good evening from Philippines. So my business is really more on consulting, focused on micro and small business owners. So if you can actually scroll down, it basically immediately tells you who am I. So what do I do? And then if you still scroll down, then that's the services that I provide. And then some of the projects that I have done, and then some of the packages that if you still scroll down, so these are my somehow certification. These are the packages that they could actually get out of the subscription services which I provide, wherein I provide tutorials, one-on-one coaching. So these are the workshops, webinars that they can take. And if you continue scrolling down, these are the packages that an entrepreneur can immediately start. So there are packages where I immediately help them create their own identity, branding, the packages that they can immediately do online presence. Like we build their social media if they don't have a social media presence yet. And in case of, because my niche market is more of the educators, subject matter expert. So the website is really focused on a very small market, niche market. These are the subject matter expert. So
Nice.
yeah, and
Super
then
clear.
correct. And if they want to work with me, there is a calendar. That's my address. If they want to know more about me, so
Good.
I use the Calendly to block my schedule. So if they want to know more about me, so they can actually scroll down on my website. They can actually download my profile, the founder's profile, and all about GLSM ABC. So I separated it so because sometimes they wanted to know more about me rather than the company or vis-a-vis.
Yeah.
So there's an
Very
option
good.
for it.
Yeah, I like also this tool a lot, Calendly for organization. So for those of you who don't know it, it's a calendar that's integrated also in many website systems. And you can put your schedule and add a link so that people schedule meetings with you very easily.
That's right. And then the other one is actually it's a separate domain. This is actually the marketplace, the e-commerce site. I actually subscribe to a local e-commerce provider. So I just had to tweak some of the design for me to be customized under what I want. So technically the back end is really made by a local e-commerce company in the Philippines.
Okay, very good. No, but it looks really good. And this one you created it with Canva, you mentioned, right?
That is correct. Yeah, everything is Canva. Cool.
No, it's very good because it's a new function they released, I think, end of last year or early this year, and
this year, yeah.
And it's great, especially if you don't want to create a transactional website, because I don't think they have the option yet. They will at some point, but you can create a website like this that then it's linked to another domain as you have, especially if you're starting, no, and you want to have a draft or a first page, because here you only have one page. This is also very, very typical from business, from services businesses, especially consultancies, learning environments like the one you have, coaching. Just one page that clearly explains what you do, who you are, what your business is. And what I also like a lot is that you're clear about what you sell. You have also a quote here, which is nice.
Yeah.
and it's quite straightforward. I really like it, and it's very consistent in terms of running.
So yeah, I also include the Facebook and the LinkedIn on the footnote, just in case that they wanted to go to the LinkedIn and Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, and LinkedIn, it's very important for this.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay, great. Very good. Thanks, Jeremy, for sharing this. So new tools here, Canva for website creation, and Calendly.
That's right. I can give you a free workshop on how to do it.
Yeah, well, maybe some people will be interested in this.
On Canva. It's very easy.
Nice. So, okay, we still have time for last one. We have a beauty marketplace. Okay, let's go to see a beauty marketplace from Tuli. Sorry if I mispronounced.
No, that's correct. It's
Okay.
Truly. So just to explain a little bit, previously we had services only, and the website we were using is prim-u.com. But we now are constructing the prim-u.app, and that's the one that I would like to have the feedback on, because it's the e-commerce, but we are incorporating both services and products.
Okay, so you're selling services and products? Oh. You're selling treatments and beauty products, and then also treatments.
Correct.
Okay. Where are you based? In South Africa.
Based in Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay. Nice. Okay. And this is a marketplace itself. Okay. Yeah, I see that you're still working on it, right? We can have a look.
Yes, that's right. So that's the one I need feedback on because it's still under construction. I just see the errors now.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Okay, perfect. So any thoughts on this? So preview, we have here the different the structure. Here a banner. Okay, I was checking the chat because I thought there were comments on this, but I'm seeing that Jeremy is a star right now. Okay, so from a first impression, well, I mean, the look and feel, it's clean and it's very consistent. Here, I think here in this case, you're using the banner to communicate on news, right? Here, the grand opening. Is that the case?
Yes, because we want to start launching it. And like I
Yeah.
say, that it's under construction so that when we launch it, then it will be the opening.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's something, if you do that, just keep in mind that you need to be updating that info, okay, because at some point it will not be the grand opening anymore. So you need to delete that or change that info. What I like is this, because it's very clear. You're one-stop shop for beauty bookings in South Africa. Connect with top-rated freelancers, salons, and suppliers from all over the country. What I would still do is reduce a bit the amount of text here. Okay, so for instance, here you mentioned from all over the country, but you already mentioned here in South Africa, so you already know that it's from all over the country, and that will save some space for you, especially for phones. Use ChatGPT to optimize this. Okay, you can use ChatGPT. You type this, you ask the tool to give you an optimized and shorter description, and then you play with that. I would suggest you do that. The photos are really good, very good. Did you take them or did you use them from a bank of images?
It's a combination. It's a combination of ones that we took
Okay.
as pictures and some we got off the internet.
Okay. Now those are good. Of course, if possible, to use your own photos, but you can always get. They look very good. This link is not working. I guess you're still checking it. Learn more. Where do you want people to take? Like, what do you want to show them through this link? Do you want to take them to buy products, to purchase, to book treatments, to learn more about you?
It was just the extension of the description.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but where would you redirect the users? To the About Us?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, then you have to modify the link because it's not working, but something easy to do. So, and here you have, what you can buy, products and the treatments that you can book. Bestsellers, yeah, I like that. I also like this. You make a reference to a tool page that you're using before, which gives you reviews. And then you also help people become a seller, which is nice. Of course, it has to be clickable when you create it, when you publish it. And again, you have to correct the links, okay? They are not working, all of them. Yep. Well, no, this one is working, yeah, but it's a bit confusing because look, if I go to the landing page and I click here and I'm in the Become a Seller part and I click on more details, it takes me to the page of Become a Seller, but I don't have that fill-in from the beginning because you're using the same banner as in the landing page. So delete this banner. Yeah, you don't need to repeat that as well. Got again. Go back to the other page. Okay. And then you have, follow us on Instagram. Here was this an error that you would solve. The blog, this is very good. And this is very good for SEO. If you can have good, consistent blog posts and a calendar of content that you create consistently. Okay, that's really, really useful. And in terms of the footer, you have the payment methods, the app. It's great. It's a big thing what you have, because you also have mobile apps. The links to the privacy policy. You can create an account as a user. Okay, that's very good. And this, I would just reduce the size so that it's consistent with the other fonts. But it looks very good, in general. Just need to be careful about the links and about not repeating information unnecessarily. What I would, because it's already 5 p.m. and I don't want to waste more of your time, but if you want, once you have finalized it, you can send it to me through Ecom Connect and we can have a last review if you want.
Thank you very much. And thanks everyone for feedback. And I think somebody's asked a question about logging and registration. It's for the buyers, the people that will be buying. And Jeremy, I would like to take you up on the offer. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. I'll definitely send you the link. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks to you. Okay, great. So what I see is a lot of interest about the Canva session. I think that would be awesome if Jeremy, we can coordinate later and try to organize a session on how to use Canva to create websites. I think there would be a lot of interest. So yeah, definitely we can talk about that. I think, well, this is the end of the session today. We'll meet in a couple of months again. If you want a specific topic to be discussed in this session, please send it to me. I'm really happy to go into like learn new stuff and discuss new things. I just want to launch a last poll about this event because it helps us in our reporting. And I hope to see all of you soon in the community in other events. We will upload the recording tomorrow so that you have access to it. And any feedback or anything you want to learn, please let me know. But I will contact Jeremy for sure for this Canva training. Onilla is asking how to join the community. It's very easy. You just have to click here on the link I'm going to send in the chat now, ecomconnect.org, and then you create an account, it's very easy.
Thank you.
Thanks, all of you. Yeah, sorry, I was replying to a message. Okay, great. Thanks, Tuli. Thanks everyone who participated today. We look forward to seeing you in the next session, and have a great day.
Thank you.